Here we're going to consider probability. From a medical perspective, this really is the likelihood that an event which occurs is real. It's measured in a range between 0 and 1, or 0% and 100%. The alpha variable refers to the probability that an observed difference is not due to chance. And traditionally in medicine, the alpha is set as 0.05 or 0.01. So what is statistical significance? That is the likelihood or the probability that an observed statistical difference is real. It's typically considered to be statistically significant, and this is a commonly used phrase in medicine, when the probability is 95% certain, and that is when p is less than 0.05. Conversely, that can be stated as the probability that this observed difference has occurred by chance is less than 5%. And that's the commonly used measure to determine whether it's statistically significant or not. However, we do want to note that especially with large data sets, there may be a lot of differences that are statistically significant but may not be clinically significant. So we want to point out that statistical significance does not at all equal clinical significance, and we need to determine, does the difference really matter from a clinical perspective? There are two ways that statistical significance is usually reported in the medical literature. We've been talking about the p-value, and as we've said, a p-value of 0.05 is often considered as the cutoff to determine statistical significance. And to repeat, that is to say that the probability that the finding could have occurred by chance is less than 5%. But the other way of detecting statistical significance is looking at the confidence interval or limits. When the p-value is less than 0.05, this means that 1 will not be included in the 95% confidence interval when an odds ratio or a relative risk statistic is reported. So when you see that 1 is not included in that range, that's a statistically significant finding. This will be a 0 for regression analysis results. So just an example, and we're actually going to use this table for a few of our examples today because there's a lot of information in it. As you see at the very top, we have a p-value which has been gained by a t-test. For example, the p-value of 0.73 is not statistically significant, and when we look over at the confidence limit for that, we can see that 1 is included in that range, which matches the finding of a p-value of greater than 0.05. Just draw your attention to the intercept just above it, which is statistically significant, less than 0.001, and 1 is not included in that range.